Europe, then you should probably stop watching football, to be quite honest with you, let alone Celtic. Next one is 4-2-3-1 formation. That needs to get to fuck. Just absolutely useless. We need to move to two up front. Following on from
Hey,
that.
by the way, can anyone tell me why we play at home against Hamilton with one striker?
I don't think we technically play with one, because I think Stokes is meant to go up and support and be the second man, but drift out and also play behind
Drift
front man
out.
as well.
Jesus Christ! Drift out? He didn't drift out. He was like on a leash out there on the left side with him. He spent the whole entire first half of the game that I saw out there on the touchline playing onesie twosie with Izzy.
Yep.
He was playing left. I mean, he's literally playing left wing.
Well, to follow on, my worst possible thing is our bottom five is the inability to create chances. And I think we've got people are criticising the forwards, but right now I think it's right to not play Skopovic even if he's fit, because he's a big, tall target man, but they're not getting the ball into the striker at all. So he's just going to stand there like an idiot and just wait on absolutely nothing. So our ability to support the striker and make any form of chances for them has got to be like the most worrying thing possible at the moment, because I mean, that game today with Hamilton, I mean, I just didn't see a goal coming. I didn't really see us against Zagreb. I mean, there's 1 minute of brilliance right at the start of two players that just pulled something.
No, those are two different. Paul, those are two different games. I mean, if you look at what you just said was true about Zagreb, but I mean, how many chances do we have against Hamilton today? Like 4 or 5 really, really good chances.
Yeah, there's a couple of sitters in there.
We had one decent chance and then one giveaway where Commons had a brain fart. And that's basically what happened on the 2-on-1 with the keeper, and he tried to pass it, didn't pass it to Stokes. Today it's totally different. I mean, you had a clear knock at the bottom of the goal for Guidetti. You had the couple chances for Griffiths, couple chances for Stokes at the end. I mean, and even worse, once again, the man who should be playing a corpse had the ability just to walk in, right? All he had to do was walk in. He was on the edge of the box and just walk in on the right-hand side. I don't want to say his name. And all he had to do was shoot the ball. And he stopped, turned around, and like the tease that he is, he pulled out. And then the ball went all the way back. So, I mean, we had lots of chances today. Lots of chances.
I don't know. I think that I still think it's been a major problem to kind of like link up and support a striker and give him anything to feed on. But that's my opinion. But hopefully that's going to change in the next few weeks anyway. So let's get a bit more positive anyway. Dr. J, what are your top 5 things of the week?
Top 5. Number 5 for me was the false hope that we had turned a corner on a flattering 3-0 win. I mean, it makes me feel better that they had 3-0 win against Hearts, but I mean, I'm looking at it and it's a thin veneer right there. I'm not all that excited, and of course, it comes back. Number 4 for me, I mean, this is going to be tough because, I mean, I tried to come up with 5, and I came up with basically the only other – I mean, I take it back. I have 2, and the only other one that's a positive for me after, obviously, getting 3 points in Europa, but seeing Darnell Fisher's face that wasn't on a milk carton. Oh, my God. To me, that was the absolute best. We could see – I know where he is now. I saw him play in the bounce game on I actually watched that bounce game. He played the first half the other day at Capello, and I was just excited to just see him play. That to me was, thank God. And I guess if you add one more, and I wish there could be positive things about the first team, but Liam Henderson is on a tear playing in bounce games.
Yeah.
So those are the top things that I have. I really don't have.
That's cool.
I'm not that excited.
I wanted to watch I had a bit of spare time at my work this week and thought I'd quite like to watch an under-21s game to see how we're doing down there. And went on Celtic TV and I couldn't find any under-21 stuff or under-20s or whatever. So I don't know if they've taken it down or if it's just like really hard to find.
No, it was development squad. It was development squad bounce game. It wasn't the under-21s.
All right, cool. Brendan, what are your top 5 then?
Number 1, I've got Craig Gordon. I think he's been fantastic for us. I think he's been great player coming in for Fraser Forster. I think he's been excellent. Number 2, I've got one that nobody said. I think Izagiri's getting back to the form that he's shown for us in the past. I'm really pleased with him.
You mean the kind where he crosses the ball? It looks like he practices with a balloon.
I think he's doing well. I think he's doing good. Number 3, I've got obviously the result against Dynamo Zagreb. I thought that was great. Number 4, I've got the Green Brigade back at Parkhead making some noise. Probably about number 5, I've just got Denier looking good. That's probably not too much to say.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Can we add Denier to our list of hair conversation people? Obviously Stokes. Stokes probably needs to get a little more time to get the fill in. You saw Griffiths today. I didn't see him yet. How do you look with the hair?
Yeah, I thought he looked slick. I thought it was it's coming in there nicely.
Really?
I think we're about 3 months away from Lee Griffiths being on a Head and Shoulders advert like Sammy and that. Just kidding, that's never going to happen.
Wow.
No, it looks a bit better, but it still looks like, when you ever seen like a carpet that's like worn out a little bit, like in certain patches where people are walking on it too much. See, part of his head looks like a worn out. Yeah.
It's like a 6-yard box of the box, really, isn't it? It's kind of all worn out.
Yeah,
exactly. But the reason why I say that is I was watching on my phone and I really couldn't tell. I really didn't have HD. I have, obviously on Celtic TV, it's DVD quality. Not necessarily
when someone's haircut's bad, you're like, I can't see his hair. I wish this was in high definition.
Well, I'm asking because Denier, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. I knew you went over it earlier, but I really don't care. Since he's I got to tell you one more thing about him anyway. But was it me or did he have dreadlocks today?
No, he didn't have dreadlocks. You really do need HD.
Wow, either that or I need to get my eyes checked.
No, he's still got Virgil van Dijk's haircut. I mean, I assume
I thought he had dreadlocks today. I thought I could see like dread like he had some dreads.
No, I didn't see that. Did I? Am I getting that horribly
No,
wrong?
I don't think so.
No. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
But I wanted to give you props, by the way.
What for?
For your call on Denier.
What did I say about him?
That they're already trying to figure out how to keep him for the next year on the loan because he's not going to be ready to go back to City. I read that article the other day.
Who said this though?
It was I don't know, some bullshit article online, but it was, I have to go find it again. But that's exactly what they said. They wanted to keep him around.
I think I'm just worried that I'm actually spreading vicious rumours again that people actually believe, because I think I do think that I potentially did start the Bangura getting the wrong player one. I think that actually was me, because I bumped into 2 Swedish football players who told me there's another guy called Bangura who thought they got the wrong guy. So I hope I've not started another vicious rumour on the internet that isn't actually true. But I'd like to keep him because I think he's quite good. But anyway, here's my top 5 of the week. I asked, just like you, Craig Gordon in Europe, brilliant. I think Scott Brown's been great, so that's another one. Guidetti, partially. My thing about Guidetti positive is I think Guidetti's scoring goals while not playing well, which I think is key thing for a striker, to be able to score goals while not actually playing that well and not doing a huge amount. So hopefully when he comes into form, he'll just be absolutely banging in goals. And my other thing that I thought was, the number one thing that I thought was a positive for any of this week was Celtic's ability to hold a lead in Europe. Because we scored after, 3 minutes?
I think it was 6 or something.
6 minutes?
Same,
First in the first 10 minutes. And whenever Celtic score in the first 10 minutes these days in Europe, I'm just like, oh, they're going to try and defend the league.
Are you expecting it too? You're expecting within 5 minutes for us to go and give up a goal?
I'm expecting us to have a bunch of chances, miss a bunch of sitters, then the other team go up the other end of the field and score 2. That's exactly what I think.
Like today's game you're talking about? Like the game against Hamilton?
Yeah, pretty much, man. So, ability to keep a lead in Europe for something about 90 minutes was probably my only wee glimmer of hope this week, away from, I don't know, I suppose. Should we move on to Jog On and Yaldi? Let's do that.
Right, I got a couple of those for you.
What you got this week for Jog On and Yaldi?
The first one is this. The first one is, I'll go play indoor around here every now and then, some footy around here with a couple friends, and the conversation came around the other day, and this is Jog On and Yaldi, that I was explaining to Max, my son. I was like, Max, he wanted to. Someone was wearing, when I took him over there for practice because it was raining so hard. One of his teammates had a shirt on, and it was I think it was like a French Federation shirt or something like that, around the Nike outlets here. He said, "Oh, that's a cool shirt. I want one of those." I'm like, "Why?" And he didn't quite understand. So I want to play this for him later. But Jog On or Yaldi, that your shirt is your flag. It is who you are. Like your soccer, your football top is not just something worn because it's fashion. It's actually something that actually describes, is who you are.
Yeah, I think that's a Yaldi. I think for most people like wearing the shirts, and especially when people go abroad, they like to put on the shirt. I mean, I wear a Celtic shirt more in Canada than I ever did back home in Scotland. And people
That's because you won't get stabbed in Toronto.
Because I won't get stabbed in Toronto. I did actually see 2 guys this week wearing Celtic shirts, or Celtic tracksuits and like stuff that I wouldn't have normally seen. Like an old guy in my work was wearing one. I was just said to him, "Oh, hail, hail," and he was like, "I didn't think you'd even know what this was." I said, "I'm not like my former season ticket holder, mate," but he's an old Canadian guy, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, Yaldi, I agree with that. Yaldi. Jog on a Yaldi, people disregarding the League Cup. Personally, I think we should put a heart and soul into every competition we go into. We're not in the Champions League this year. There's no excuses. We should be aiming to win the League Cup, especially because we've got a new manager and we should be trying to win the first trophy available to us. So, jog on a Yaldi. People out there who are just not really paying much attention to the League Cup.
You know what? That's a jog on for 2 reasons. One is, yes, we should win everything. And 2 is, if people are disregarding it, I don't want to hear them bitch about Lennon's record in the Cups.
Yeah, that's true.
They fucking slagged him for no reason at all. Oh, he lost all the Cups. Well, you know what? If a cup meant so fucking much to you, why don't you show up to the fucking game?
That's true.
It's ridiculous.
It's like
absolutely ridiculous.
That's a good point. There's people that have complained about Celtic not winning the League Cup that wouldn't go to like even a quarter final or a semi final. And you're like, it's a semi final of a cup. Why would you not want to go? There's people that are season ticket holders that wouldn't go to Hampden to see Celtic playing in a semi final of the League Cup. And you're like, what?
Oh, those are probably the same people that were tweeting how wonderful it was that Rangers lost the Ramsden Cup.
Exactly.
That are just can't wait for their reincarnation to come back to the top flight.
There's no logic to it. Oh, here's another one. Just while we're on that, jog on or Yaldi. People wanting the Huns in the League Cup.
No, jog on.
I can jog on as well. Brendan?
No, I'm going to go for Yaldi with that.
You want the Huns?
Yeah, I want to play the Huns in the League Cup. I think it'd be a wee bit of an injection into the season. That'd be good. It also, you're talking earlier on about getting season ticket holders back if Sevco come back up next season, and I think that could provide a bit of if it works well and it's a good game. I think that could provide a bit of tonic for next season. I think it could provide a little bit of something that people would look forward to. So yeah, I'm going to give that Yaldi. I'm going to disagree with you too.
It's 2-1, so it's getting the jog on. Fuck that. Right, Dr. J, what you
got? Here you go. Jog on or Yaldi. The importance of Celtic winning the most popular club in Europe fan poll over Benfica. And then that's 1. And then 2, the Rangers / Sevco zombies tweeting out to their friends to make sure they voted for Benfica.
I think there's a severe amount of people with too much time on their hands. The poll means absolutely fucking nothing for a start. And the fact that these zombies have got such little thing in their life that they're trying to stop a team they used to be the rival of before their team fucking died, winning fake contest that's developed for no reason other than to get internet hits on a site. It's fucking stupid. So they can all jog on. I just on them. Just like on. Everything to do with that. So alright, cool. Here's a tactical one. And on this show we try not to play Championship Manager. We're not these guys that think we know, like, I know nothing about tactics and all that, but bouncing Scott Brown to right midfield and going 4-4-2, playing potentially like Beaton and Johansen in the middle and playing Scott Brown on the right, just so hopefully when Wakaso or whoever goes forward, we've got 3 men in the midfield at least, a bit more solid and play 2 up front, because I'm not liking this 4-2-3-1. Don't know about else. Anyway, basically the long and short of it is changing to a 4-4-2.
With Scott Brown as right midfield.
Probably Scott Brown as the midfield until like the likes of Forrest or Matthews or whoever come back, if they ever come back from injury.
No, I'm going to say jog on that one. I think we've got enough on the wings with Tonev and Makazo, McGregor, whatnot. I think Scott Brown.
So you want to play this 4-2-3-1 because it's working so effectively.
No, but you could play a 4-4-2, but have somebody better on the right side.
So you're saying Yaldi to 4-4-2, but not Scott Brown on the right.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you want Johansen and Brown in the middle?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, but who do you play outside just now? Tonev and Wakaso?
Tonev, Wakaso, McGregor, obviously Forrest.
Because I've not seen Tonev do anything in a Celtic jersey apart from shoot from 30 yards when there's nothing on, to be quite honest with you. Dr. J, what about you?
I'm with you there. I think it's, at this point in time, until someone finds the magic crystals to rub over Matthews and Forrest, something's got to change, brother.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know if they've got to change. Maybe they got to. I don't know. They've got to change something. either not practice on days that end in Y or practice on days that end in Y. I don't know.